You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Pat Harvey, and here are your top stories. The search is on tonight for 3 drivers involved in a deadly hit-and-run crash in Pacoima. KCAL News reporter Joy Benedict shows us the new video.
We're following a very disturbing story out here in Pacoima, where the LAPD is trying to find not 1, not 2, but 3 hit-and-run drivers. They say all struck a man while he was simply trying to cross the street here on San Fernando Boulevard. It happened on Friday, January 12th, just a few days ago. Investigators say the man was attempting to cross, and not at the corner, but in the middle of the roadway. And as he was doing so, they say he was struck by the driver of a light-colored pickup truck. He fell to the ground and then was struck by a light-colored SUV. The impact of that threw him into the opposite lanes, where he was struck by a third vehicle being described as a dark-colored SUV. Not one of those 3 drivers stopped to render aid. Unfortunately, the man died here at the scene. He still has yet to be identified by the coroner's office, but they say he's believed to be in his late 20s, and investigators believe he may have been unhoused. There is a large homeless population that lives on the other side of the train tracks right now. It's not clear if he came from that area or where this young man is from, as they are still trying to find his next of kin. And right now, investigators have released portions of this video as they're hoping to also identify the drivers of these 3 vehicles. They admit they may not have all known that they struck a human being on that Friday night, but they want them to come forward so they can try and figure out exactly what happened. Again, all of this took place on January 12th around 11:45 in the evening, so just before midnight on Friday night. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the Los Angeles Police Department. And don't forget, there is a reward up to $50,000 for any information that leads to an arrest and a conviction of a hit-and-run driver here in the city of Los Angeles. So if you know anything, please contact authorities. And don't forget, you can always call Crime Stoppers and leave a tip anonymously at 1-800-222-TIPS.
A vigil tonight in Palmdale for a woman found dead in a burnt car trunk. Officials discovered Veronica Aguilar's body after putting out a garage fire at a home in Lancaster last month. The 27-year-old was a UCLA graduate and teacher. Officials charged Matthew Switalski in Aguilar's murder. He is believed to be her boyfriend and is currently held without bail. Taking a look at LAX, severe weather in parts of the country have led to travel disruptions, and today Alaska Airlines announced it's extending cancellations of its 737 MAX 9 flights through Friday. The decision comes as the FAA expands its investigation after the mid-air blowout. KCAL News reporter Tom Wade is working on that story tonight.
I'm Tom Wade in the newsroom. The FAA is expanding its investigation into Boeing after that horrific blowout of the door plug on the Alaska Airlines flight. Boeing is now going and checking into quality control for Boeing's, not just their planes, the 737 MAX 9 that was involved in the situation, but also they're looking into manufacturing practices and production lines, including those involving the subcontractor Spirit Aerosystems, which builds the MAX 9 fuselage. The agency, the FAA, well, they've grounded 171 of the MAX 9 airplanes and have set requirements for a rigorous inspection and maintenance process for returning them to service. Some of those are already undergoing that process right now. And the FAA says that they will continue to do this until they've inspected all of them. We spoke with a retired pilot tonight and a consultant who says this is devastating for the airlines that have these aircraft, because it's creating a huge logjam for them in their scheduling. We'll have a lot more on that and what this investigation means coming up tonight.
And turning now to the weather, a chilly night across the Southern California area, and we are tracking a storm coming our way this weekend, but we do have a few dry days before that happens. Let's go to Danny Roberti for a look at your next weather.
Alrighty, we have a couple more dry, mild days in store for us, but not for long. Rain is moving in this upcoming weekend, and it will be soggy at times. So let's take a look at what's next for LA and Orange County. We'll hover in the mid-60s Thursday, Friday. Some folks in the valleys and even in the Inland Empire, you're flirting with the 70s again going into tomorrow. We'll wake up to the clouds. It will be a gray, overcast start to the day, but that sunshine is going to try real hard to peek through in the afternoon. Friday's our transition day. We'll start to see clouds taking over in this upcoming weekend. A series of storms will move through, and we're talking waves of rain. That's going to be the case for our Saturday, our Sunday, going into our Monday. Light rain Saturday night going into Sunday. And we'll get some periods where it's dry, but Sunday night into Monday, it will be soggy. We are talking the chance for thunderstorms. Rain lingers into Monday. It's going to be wet at times for our Monday, mid-60s. So temperatures also feeling cooler this upcoming weekend. We'll dry out on Tuesday. High pressure builds back in, and we're climbing back to the upper 60s by the middle of next week.
Some UCI students are dealing with mental trauma tonight after hackers posted gory videos on a student-run website. KCAL News reporter Leslie Marin explains.
We're on the campus of UCI where last week, for 4 days, an instant messaging platform that students use to pass notes, study for tests, even get together for group projects, was cyber attacked by internet trolls. In fact, these internet trolls were told plastered these gore images and video on the platform Discord. Now, we know that some of the students had to be hospitalized because of just how terrible some of these images and videos were. Tonight, we are speaking to one of the people that were able to put a stop to this cyber attack. We'll tell you how they did it and what they're now learning about the people behind that attack. That's coming up tonight at 10 p.m.
And this has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back live at KCAL News at 8 o'clock right here on CBS News Los Angeles.